Hi, Mariana.
Hi, Elena. How are you? Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hi, everyone. This is Mariana Dalto today with us, and she will share her experience from moving from corporate experience and being employee to starting her own business. Is this something that you would like to share with us today, Mariana?
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to share my experience from that mindset shift that I've done, like started 3 years ago. I was working in corporate for 30 years, mostly
Wow.
marketing. And then 3 years ago, it was a big shift where I decided that something needed to change in my life. And but I didn't know what it was. I just wanted something different, and I turned into using Facebook. I found out about the life coach school, which is the life coaching school, and Brooke Castillo, is the master coach there. And I started like listening and being like intrigued about coaching. That's how everything started with my journey. So then I really got into understanding life coaching and then being coached by her team and by her. And then I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like this is, there's so much that you can do there, like really changing your mind and the way you do things, right? So I
Mhm.
was like having so much value from being on those coaching calls, group coaching calls with her. And then I was like, I think I want to help other people the way she's helping me. And that's where everything, I was still working, full time, but I was doing this on the side, like getting these coaching calls because it was really helping me go through my own personal shift, right? And I didn't know
Mhm.
what that was at that point. I knew something was changing, but I didn't know what it was. So then I started getting coaching calls, and then I was like, I think I want to help people the way I'm being helped. So I decided to become a life coach. So I got certified as a life coach from the life coach school. And then, so I started doing coaching on the side with friends on the weekends. And I was like, this is so nice because you can get to, like, I could see how I change and how I improve my life from coaching, from life
Mhm.
coaching. And then I'm like, I want other people, that to experience the same thing. So I did that for a while. And then also because I was still in corporate, I was like, well, what if I can bring this to the corporation that I was working for free, just to help my coworkers. And back
Mhm.
then we were in the middle of COVID, so it was like a lot of people really needed mental health and like helping with so many
Mhm.
programs. Life, so I'm like, this is perfect. Well, it didn't pan out the way I wanted to. Like corporate didn't really have like someone who was doing marketing to do life coaching on the side. So it's like, okay, that's fine. It wasn't a problem. But I was like still intrigued. Like I really wanted to keep helping people. So I help people on the side on the weekends. And that's when my journey started as an entrepreneur, right? Because I was like, okay, well, now if I were to think about launching my business as a coach, what do I need to do? And that's where I started my transition from, okay, well, now I need to launch my business. Now I need, to have a website. Now I need to do this. I need to do that. And how do I do that? So then I went through like it, still working full time. So then I did the coaching on the side. I was trying to figure out how to set up my business, launch my website, and then I started learning how to build websites and funnels. And then when I did that, I started like helping people to do that too. Like I said, once you start coaching, people start kind of learning from you a little bit more. And then I was like, okay, well, what if I started like kind of helping that as a business too, to help other people to improve their websites or build funnels to get leads, right? So that's how I got certified also as a funnel builder and a website builder. So it was the different phases of me growing my business was like, okay, how I can help other people the same way. And that's how I did that. And then I was doing all this, building websites on funnels for people. And then I was coaching them on the side. Well, you also need X, Y, and Z because I work in marketing for so long. So I was coaching them on the side without charging, right? Just to help them like with other things within their business. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should do business coaching instead of life coaching, because I was really coaching more business at that point. So
Mhm.
organically, it went from life coaching to business coaching. I was still helping people but in a different capacity. So then my journey that started 3 years ago as life coaching then started moving into business coaching. And then when I when I started doing business coaching, then I realized, okay, well, maybe I need some structure on how I help my clients with business coaching. And I got certified as a business coach with the Marketing Made Simple program. So so then I started that now helping with them to clarify their marketing message within their websites and funnels or email communications. And then from there, I started doing that. And then I'm like, okay, now people needs to get leads. And that was one of the big struggles that every business owner have. How do you get leads? So then
Mhm.
um, as the business owner, then I decided to launch my own podcast, because that was one of the easy way to get exposure, on social media, and then also get you leads and get connections. So that has been my in a 2 minute sentence, short sentence, how I kind of like uh, transition from being a corporate girl to an entrepreneur, and I went through different shift within my career as an entrepreneur. So
Yeah, amazing journey. And everything started from a desire to help people.
yes, and
Yes.
it's still the same. I have passion helping small business owners. It's just like that's what drives me. That's why I do what I do. It's just like I can the feeling of like talking with someone, and I can see where they struggle and what problem they have, and I'm like, I have your solution. I know what you need. I've been in your shoes. I know. So of course, sometimes they might have problems that I'm not an expert, and I don't, I maybe recommend other people that can help them. But if I have the solution, then I'm absolutely happy to help, and that's what makes me happy.
Yeah, amazing. This is such a great example uh, how people get driven by finding what they really love to do. Yes, because when you find what you love to do and you love to help people, you get energy, because every energy which you give, right, you get it back. So if you give that, if you come from the place of love and help and uh, helping people get results, so according to the law of compensation, you constantly will be in that energy. So you give great energy when your intentions are good, so you are constantly receiving from universe. It is not even from those exactly people. It can be from totally different sources, like those doors start opening. And yes, it is such a great attitude.
It is
And
true.
this,
To be honest, like people feel the energy when you're talking to them and you're helping them. They get so enthusiastic. They're like so engaged. They're like so they leave the call with so much energy and so much that they want to do and change, because they see the power, right? So you're totally right on that one, Elena.
yes, because when you give them this, when you can see their vision
Mm-hmm.
based on what you can help them, where they can be,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they even don't see that vision. But when you come from your vision, you empower them to think bigger, right? And see those opportunities and see where their business can go with these little things and shifts which you can help them with. And this is which gets them inspired, right? Because there are so many ambitious, driven entrepreneurs, but not knowing how to do things, they can feel just stuck. And when it is like some failure, another failure, and they sometimes they just get locked within, because they know that they're meant for more. They know that they have these dreams. They have know that they have passion, but sometimes they just don't get the right support. Maybe don't get the right people in front of them who can empower them and just say that this is, you just do this, and when they have this picture clear, that how it inspires them and empowers them, and this is how they just they like borrow your confidence, borrow your expertise, right? Because 30 years, it is huge. You have huge
Oh, yes.
experience.
Yeah,
And
but the main thing also for anyone in any part of your life, it doesn't have to be business, is you really need to be open for a change. Like you have to be open for a change, and you need to understand what you want in life, right? What are the things, what is it that you need to make a shift, right? And everyone experience that in their life sometime, and sometimes many times. I've done it many times. Like if I go back, like I'm originally from Argentina and I moved to the US over 20 years ago, and that was another shift, changing from moving from one country to another, starting my career all over again. I mean, I've done it many times in my own life. So as long as you're open for a good change, that's key.
what keeps you open for a change? What gives you that that push inside you to just move
There's
and
something,
and
yeah. There's something about like wanting something different, something new, something that will make your life, happier and being more like there's something that you just have a need for a change. And sometimes you don't know what it is. And that's why you start tapping into different things and trying different things until you realize, okay, or maybe you start like kind of looking at your life and say where there's lack on something that I'm not happy about, or that I would like to make a change there. One of the things when I was, and what attracted me when I was in life coaching with Brooke Castillo, like she has a model, the life coach school has a model that talks, are you familiar with that or not?
which
With the
model?
life coach school, with the model that Brooke Castillo has?
No,
Oh,
no, I
let me,
didn't hear.
this could be helpful for everyone. So basically, in your life, you face circumstances in your life. Like things happen all the time, and those are circumstances, right? So any circumstance, something that could happen in your life, will trigger a thought in your mind, in your head. And that thought, that circumstance trigger a thought, and that thought will produce a feeling. Whatever you're thinking, you're gonna have a feeling about it, right? And that feeling will generate like vibrations within your body, right? And everything is because of whatever thoughts you have, because it came from the circumstance, right? So you have a circumstance, then that causes a thought. The thought will produce a feeling, and because of that feeling you will take action, whatever that is. Could be good or bad, depending on if it was a good thought or a bad thought. And then that action will cause a result, right? So, and most of the time we are, as humans, we are, we always have so many, we have like 60,000 thoughts a day, right? That's kind of like the big number. Like you have so many thoughts, and you have a lot of negative thoughts, so you gotta train your mind to think differently in your life in order to be, you have better like positive thoughts, right? And that goes into how you want to create changes in your life. You have goals, right? So that's how like I started like getting engaged in all this, because like, wait a second, if I control my own thoughts in a good way, that means I can have better feelings about something, and that will cause good actions, and those good actions will cause the results that I want. So then I was applying that model to my goals. And it could be a business goal or a personal goal. It could be wanting to get married. It could be like wanting to, I don't know, have a better life, or something that makes you feel happy, right? Having wanted to have kids, I don't know. But the thing is, trying to have the good thoughts, and then those thoughts should and will trigger and produce good feelings, and those feelings will create an action, and that action will get the result that you want, right? And that's how I apply that to my own goals in everything, not just business, in everything. And that's how I also help during my coaching to my clients about like, what do you really want? What do you want in life? Pick that goal, believe that you can have that goal, and then go for it. So belief is also huge.
Yes, yes. I'm glad you found this formula from your like this
The life
mentor.
coaching school. Yeah.
Yes, and it takes roots from Napoleon Hill, and it explains there. It is explained there in his book "Think and Grow Rich," and
Yes.
also Bob Proctor was teaching it for 60 years as he was studied human potential and success. This correlation between conscious mind, subconscious, and body.
Yes.
So those thoughts we have in conscious mind, and our subconscious mind is emotional mind. So
Hmm.
every thought which we impress into our subconscious mind, it goes to those emotions, and emotions cause feeling, and if feelings cause actions, and actions cause results. That is
Exactly.
why there is a cause and effect, and everything what happens with us, if we go backwards, we see that everything starts with the thought, and ability to control your thoughts from the first play, and also ability to uh, detach from physical reality,
Hmm.
but come from the place where you want to be. So get your thoughts at that level where you want to be, not where you are now. Start thinking from that version of yourself. And
Yes.
when you can see yourself there, and you can use imagination also to spend time to get that picture impressed into your subconscious mind, this is how you start feeling good, how you start getting that confidence from seeing that picture and yourself there. And this is how your results start change by shifting your habits, behavior. Yeah, so it is really very great, great formula which you found. Yes, it definitely, this is the way how people can shift their results and start getting to where they want, just by controlling thoughts and choosing the right thought, because we always have choice. Every situation, good or bad, we can always have choice what
Yeah.
to think about. Right?
And even choosing the right thought is hard too, right? Because the thought that you choose, you also need to believe on your thought, right? You need to believe, like if it's a thought that you want, like that you want that to accomplish as a goal, you gotta believe it, right? If you don't believe it, then it just doesn't go anywhere. So sometimes there's a ladder of thoughts that you can go to from, let's say if you have always negative thoughts about a topic and you want to really, one of your goals is to shift that around and sometimes going, let's say, to give you an example that Brooke always uses, like, let's say you want to lose weight, right? And you are, you want to lose weight, and then you just, your positive thought about, oh, my weight is amazing. Maybe this is a big shift between like you not feeling great about your body to feeling like amazing, right? So then you can start thinking differently, like, well, maybe my neutral thought from not feeling great to feeling amazing is like, well, maybe you can think, I have a body. I have a I have a body. I believe I have a body and it's, I'm healthy and I have a body. And that's better than going to the other extreme thought about I have an amazing body, right? So you go through different thought processes until you get to a point where you believe on your thoughts. And then from there, you can go through the formula of like having feeling good about your thought and then taking action and get the results. But it's you can do it. It's as long as you believe on what you want, you can totally achieve it. I have a mantra that I don't even know where I got it from, but I had it from over 20 years that I always have it in my head, and it says, believe you can have it, believe you deserve it, believe it is possible to you. And I have that, and it's just like I always think of that, like when I feel down or I don't know, like I feel like, oh, this is not working. No, no, believe you can have it, believe you deserve it, believe it is possible to you.
Yes, and when you come from this perception, you start thinking how it can be possible. So when you put your attention on how instead of why I cannot, right, having this mantra or affirmation, so it helps you to focus your energy on looking for solution.
Hmm.
And where attention goes, energy flows, right? So when you
Yes,
decide that I'm going to do that, it doesn't matter how, I don't know how, but just making the decision, you already flip your brain to the different frequency. And our
absolutely.
subconscious mind, when we, through repetition, when you see that picture, and it is not just enough one time to think, I want that. You it should be impressed like constantly. You should write the goals, you should read goals, you should see yourself there, you should think about yourself as that version. Because if you
Mhm.
want a very big different results from what you have now, you have to create new personality, because you cannot just achieve anything different from being person who you are today, right? So it is a constant process towards that place which makes things possible, because our goals are not just for us to have something. The purpose of each goal is to make us grow, and this is
Yeah.
the sweetest part, why we want to think big, why we want to have those big goals, because it is the process how we can grow to that level, how we can be at that frequency. And that it is in this process, when we do inner work, everything changes.
And I think that's
Yes.
the purpose of life, to be honest, to grow. And then when you reach your goal, then, okay, what's my next goal? Because you want to keep evolving and learning and growing and being the best person of yourself in many ways, right? So you never stop learning or growing, because that's why we're here, to learn and to be better.
Yes, exactly. And people who work for somebody, who work in corporate world, and then decide to step out and start their own business, it takes courage, because
Oh,
it
yeah.
is totally different mindset, different mentality. Because there they just feel safe, because they think that it is certainty, and they just get their money paid so they can plan something. And when they start way to their entrepreneurship, it is like totally responsibility which they take, and this is up to them making decision. It's creating new habits, it is creating new routine, right? And it can be hard. So what helped you to uh, go through this process? You said that you were keep working and getting clients. So, but what helped you to just make decision that you are not going to work anymore and you just go full
Well,
with
it took
your.
me 3 years to take the leap, right? To go from,
Mhm.
okay, now I'm leaving it's the corporate world, and it was a little bit of having the confidence that I could do it too, right? And for me, when I started, like, again 3 years ago, doing this on the side and working on weekends and having, the wins from my clients and seeing the benefits and being happy about it and being grateful for what they're learning, I was like, okay, well, this is good. This is something that I can tell that I can do. I'm helping people, are happy about it. It makes me happy. And you get to a point where, like, I don't know, you just you know when you know that it's the right time, and it's the right shift in that moment, right? Like, everyone, it takes time, and for everyone is different, right? For me, my comfort zone was like trial and error, try and error, like, also exploring that that's really what I wanted to do, right? Like, does it make me happy? Am I making a change for people? Am I really helping people, and am I giving them the right tools? And once I knew that that was it, then that's why I made the shift, and it's
Yeah.
just, it was great.
Yeah, amazing. And if there would be one thing that you would like to share and advise people who in that transition moment, when they feel that they don't want to stay there anymore and they still uh, don't get step to get out, so what would be your advice based on your
Well,
experience?
yeah, I mean, you need to feel good about the change, right? Like, and I feel like when it's the right time. Like, you need to go through the transition and you need to feel it, and then you need to know, how that makes you feel. If you're uncomfortable, you will be uncomfortable for sure making the shift, but you will get to a point where you will be like, yes, this is the time. And it's not a formula, to be honest. Everyone is different. Some people take the leap earlier, some people will do like 6 months. Okay, I'm done, I'll do it. You have your own personal circumstances. I mean, I have kids, like, I had to manage a lot of things around it too, like, not just like switching and see what happens. So depending on how much responsibility also you have personally with your husband and kids, then that's how you evaluate your situation. But you'll know when it's the right time. you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your gut that it's the right time for you to make the leap. And everyone is different, so there's no formula. It's just do it when you think it's right for you. But if you have that feeling that you want to change, I'm sure you're in that process of shifting. And the unknown is hard, right? It's hard not to know where you're going or how that's gonna play out. But as long as you have a plan and you know what you like, then you'll be fine. And believe that you can do it. Believe. Have those
Yes.
thoughts, those good thoughts that, if you keep on thinking that you can do it and believe in yourself, you can totally do it.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you, Mariana. I
You are
enjoyed our
welcome.
conversation. Yeah, and I will wish you success and helping more people in this world with your beautiful energy and skills.
Thank you, Elena. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on my podcast. It's been a pleasure talking to you and to your audience, and I wish you the best as well.
Yeah, and we will put details how to contact you in description under this video. So
Excellent.
I think that many people will find you because you have such a great energy and this desire to help people. It is so attractive.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. I hope
Yes.
it comes through because it's really like a passion that I have for it. So
Yeah, amazing. Thank you very much for everything what you do for people and impact that you create in their business and lives.
you're welcome.